What's up?
Oh, he's here.
Not much.
What are you wearing?
Love it.
What do you mean?
What are you wearing?
What?
Tilt the camera down.
Tilt the camera down.
Yeah.
Let's go.
What on earth is going on?
Little overshirt.
What, bro?
You're really just trying to look stereotypical right now.
This is this this is my culture.
Is that a special shirt or is it just
What do you mean? Is it like a special? Like, what do you mean special
like
shirt?
would you wear that on a special occasion or is that just day to day going down to the golf club?
Uh, it's like I guess yeah, it's kind of technically more of a dress shirt.
Yeah, right. Ben
But
wouldn't know
I
that
just
we actually have Malaysian royalty on this
but
show.
I just went. but
Malaysian royalty.
I just went to get a coffee, so that's what I wear it for.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, it's not.
Just a takeaway too.
It's nice to have the
Walk
Prince of.
in, get a takeaway.
It's nice to have the Prince of KL show up. So
Yeah, what are you talking about, Isaac? Malaysian royalty.
yeah, no, I've had the honor of going over and spending time with Tim's family in his motherland, Kuala Lumpur, and they live lavishly over there. That's all I'll say.
Ridiculous.
Fair enough.
Don't spout lies over here.
He also has a celebrity sister.
Does he?
Barely,
Hey,
barely, barely.
does she still have her own TV show?
I don't know. I don't think she ever had. I don't know. I don't follow shit. I don't know what she has. I don't know who you're talking about.
Right. Well, we won't talk about her business, but Deborah Pryor Henry, you can go Google her. And you'll see that Tim is definitely not the most successful person in his family. That's for sure. Um, but let's get into some basketball. Hey. Actually, you know what? How are you guys? How you doing, Ben?
Good, mate. How are you, Isaac?
That's good. I'm doing well. I'm a little bit dusty today, a little bit hungover.
Yeah, I feel
Um,
that.
are you? You can feel that? You had a big night last
Yeah,
night?
I had a going away party last night.
Nice. Where'd you guys
Big
end
one.
up?
Have you been to Hey Chica?
No.
It's in the valley, like
Yeah.
near Retros.
Yep.
So yeah, we were there for a bit. And then we went to Retros after, and that was that.
I once got into retros wearing a black tracksuit pants from JJ's.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. How long ago was that?
Oh, a few
That can't
years.
have been, yeah, that can't have been recent.
It
They've
would.
upped their
It was
game.
probably like 8 years ago, actually. Now I
A
think about
few
it.
years. 8 years.
But I still don't even know how that happened. But I just stood in amongst the crowd. Oh, nice. Yeah, I had two birthdays. It was actually kind of depressed. I was at a 28th yesterday afternoon. And then when I was at that 28th, I had to go to another party afterwards, which some other people did as well. They're like, oh yeah, we have a 21st to go to. What are you going to, Isaac? And I was like, I'm going to a 30th. So I had a 28th and a 30th, which I guess I'm moving on to that part of my life now.
Uh-huh.
Wait, that was his 30th birthday?
Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're turning 30 this year, aren't you?
I'm 30 next year. And you know that. But I am. I was just telling Ben before we had to get the podcast started because I got trials for OzTag States today, and I am trialing for the Open Men's team and the 30s team because I can qualify for the 30s team.
Oh man, that's sad.
I think like there's a part of me that wants to play 30s, but there's another part that's not ready to accept the fact that I can play 30s. So I don't know. We'll see how we go at the trials. How are you, Tim?
Good. Wait, are they young 30s or old 30s? Maybe you can dominate them.
As in the 30s comp?
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. So I originally was just going to play 30s, but then I've been talked into it trialing for open men's by the likes of Drian and whatnot. And they're kind of all like, you're fine to keep playing open men's, which I probably am. I'm probably at the peak of my powers at the moment, if I'm honest. So I'm coming into my prime, but a lot of the 30s boys, because we'll have a pretty strong team for 30s. A lot of the guys have tried to mentor me and say, don't waste your early years, because I'd be playing 30s when I'm 29 because of technicalities. So they're like, don't waste your prime 30 years on playing open men's. Like, go and dominate 30s a little bit. But 30s is still tough though, so we'll see. The top 30 teams would take it to the top open men's teams, and so yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we will see. But I would just like to thank Tim for dressing up for the occasion of this episode, because we're actually doing an episode on international basketball, and so I didn't realize we were dressing up in our motherland attire. But
so what's your motherland attire?
We're not gonna.
What is it?
I'm not trying to get us cancelled with whatever you're gonna say next. So we're gonna move in. But before we get into international basketball, I think we should talk about the Draymond Green thing, because it'd be a little bit weird to have a basketball show right now and not talk about what happened a couple of days ago. So for you guys, you've obviously both seen the video.
Yeah.
Thoughts, feelings, initially?
Oh, Draymond overreacted, obviously.
Yeah.
Like from the video.
From the video, we don't know. We don't really know.
They're obviously drawing at each other, but yeah, Draymond just like snaps. Yeah, surprising sign of his like status on the team. Like, even though he's like always that sort of player, I wouldn't think he'd be doing that at practice.
Yeah,
it's a solid swing.
It was a solid swing.
Solid swing. That was a legit punch.
Yeah. So obviously,
that was vicious.
It was a vicious punch. Obviously, like, so I'm a Draymond Green fan. Tim, not so much. And when the news broke out that he'd hit someone, we kind of talked about it, and I said that it would be like a nothing thing. That it's probably like a non-fire starter. We obviously didn't have the video at the time, and I was like, this is literally, it's going to be nothing. And then the video came out.
It's pretty much like an assault.
It's like assault. It's like actually violent.
Because I would have thought it was just like a shirt punch or whatever. But
yeah.
Draymond's just come in full pelt, tried to take his head off. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I thought it'd be more like it's like the punches that you see in like rugby league, maybe like AFL or something. Like, just grab the collar, like give him a little bump in the chin, something like that. But he launched at him.
He did like UFC Superman punch.
And that's the thing. Like, if you get into something with an opponent, that is usually how it happens. Like, maybe there's a little bit of push and shove, and then someone will grab your collar, and then maybe you've got the other fist up, like kind of ready, but like, you never just like, Draymond just went for it. Like, there was no like, because normally it's like, okay, well, we've got an issue right now, we're going to square up a little bit, but there was no square up. It was just shove and then just annihilate your teammate.
He just walked over there slowly, but you could tell he already knew what he was going to do.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, he just walked over slowly and then he just went, all right, bang, I'm going to punch him. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. The video.
It is.
Kind of, yeah.
It's crazy because Jordan Poole didn't even he pushes him, but that's nothing. Like, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
And then he like pushes him to get him. Like, Draymond walks all the way up to him. He pushes him to get him off him, and then he just like hands down by his side and just gets like mauled alive. Mm-hmm. Like, didn't he fall down as well? Like, he jumped on him. Like,
they kind of cut the video. We don't really get to see like how it gets broken up and everything.
Hey, could you imagine the dude filming that? It's probably like, what the? Just drops his camera or something.
Well, it was meant to be a closed practice, so that was obviously like on just like security footage, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Which I guess like comes to like how does that sort of video get out? Like it's a closed practice and whatnot. I've seen lots of. Did you guys see all the NBA players and ex-players kind of like their reactions to it?
No, I didn't see the player reactions to it.
Yeah, I gotta hang on. I'll bring it up. So there was a few. So actually, I'm gonna leave Trae Young's for last because it'll roll into what I want to get into. But as Isaiah Thomas said, he's gonna have to see me every time after that sucker punch. Damn. Richard Jefferson said, I'd fire my entire video staff. Evan Fournier said, there's no way you can go back to being teammates after a punch like that. Festus Azealia, former Warrior, he said, I'll say this, fighting happens in practice. Fighting in games happen. There's no way anyone wins a championship without some fight in there. It's always happened. Stop overreacting.
That's a bit different.
That is a little bit different. Kendrick Perkins, he chimed in, and he obviously has a bit of beef with Draymond because Draymond's going to take his job. But he said beyond that being a sucker move, Draymond needs to know what he did to Jordan Poole as a man, as a Warriors to the Warriors team and his own legacy. Leadership is more than holding teammates accountable. You got to check yourself to carry on. I don't know, like there is this like sense of, I would say the better teams have the ability to have moments where there's like a heated interaction and then you move forward through that. Like I'd say you don't have a very good team if you can't have certain things happen within practice, within games. But this is like
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Like
Draymond's going to be in a bit of trouble.
It's not even a normal like fight. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like it's there's a shove. Like what Jordan Poole did, you've seen that a million times in practices, in games, whatever. But then Draymond's reaction to the push. We obviously don't know anything that was said and things like that, but like the reaction to the shove is just it's a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Also, he's like, did you see his press conference and stuff like that?
Draymond's, yeah.
Yeah, he's like stepping away from the team.
Yeah.
Like a couple of days and stuff, and it's like it's not just like a normal. It's just weird. Like preseason, no pressure, no. It's not like the Kevin Durant thing that happened a couple of years ago. That's like in the middle of the game. That's the middle of a close game at the end. Doesn't get a pass or like turns the ball over and something like that. Whereas this is in a practice in the preseason after they won the championship. Like
Yeah, a bit random.
There's probably like never a better or like lower stakes time than to come off a championship preseason practice and then you just launch at someone.
Yeah.
Fuck your teammate.
And I mean, there is kind of the stuff in and around the Warriors where it's, well, why hasn't Draymond Green had his extension yet? Like he's made it well known that he wants an extension. He wants to make a certain amount of money. The Warriors haven't yet paid that money yet. And then there's like the conspiracy theory of like, have the Warriors released this? So kind of the Warriors fans that are, pretty passionate about their team. If they were to lose Draymond, there could be people that are upset. But then when you start showing this sort of footage, it's like, look, well, maybe we don't want this guy on our team anymore. Apparently Steve Kerr talked about it and wouldn't even like say Draymond's name. I haven't seen that interview. But a few people
been able to find that.
Yeah, a few people said it was like a little bit weird. Like he was addressing the issue and he like wouldn't even really like say Draymond's name. Steve Kerr, obviously someone that's been on the receiving end of a punch in practice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. It's where do you see this from an outside looking in, like, what do you see? Where do you see this going for the Warriors?
Go
Like,
Tim.
hey,
I hope.
I was waiting
I
for
hope
Tim to go.
badly. I hope just like catastrophically. I hope Jordan Poole. I hope Jordan Poole's just like, now I want to trade me. Comes out, demands a trade.
if you had to bet on whether Draymond Green will be on the Warriors come end of
like
this
next
season. Yeah, but
he'll be on the Warriors this season. But they're not going to trade him coming off. I mean, I wouldn't think so. Coming off like a championship, unless like you'd have to say like all the leverage is with Poole, because he's obviously like younger, up and coming, kind of like the replacement for Steph in a way.
I would say he's more the replacement for Clay at this stage.
Yeah.
No, but like if Steph like retires, gets injured, like that's their next best option.
Yeah.
But they already have on their team. They already have like someone who's shown to be able to do some of the stuff that Steph can do. So you'd think that if he just came out or internally was like, no, I don't want to play with him. Like, I don't want to play with him anymore. I don't want to practice with him. I don't want to, go into the regular season with him. Then they would probably choose him over Draymond. Like, I don't know. Like, would you choose him over Draymond right now?
That's tough.
If I was Joe Lacob, I would be bringing, if there was like a genuine issue, like Draymond and Jordan Poole felt like they couldn't get past what had just happened, and it's kind of like one of us is not going to be here, I would be bringing Steph into the room and going, look, I understand what Draymond has brought to this team for the past, for what has been like a very successful, 8 years now?
Yeah, almost decade.
Yeah, pushing onto a decade. But how many more incidents need to happen before this becomes too much? Like, I'm a Draymond Green fan, and like I like everything that he brings to a team. I think when he was at the peak of his powers, he was underrated, and I think even last year he was an underrated player. And I personally think he's huge for that Warriors team and everything they do. But there has been conversation of Draymond wants his money, which deservingly, like he probably should want it. He's brought 4 championships to the team. But you're now entering your declining years. And this is the thing, like this isn't like a scrap between two teammates. Like, he sucker punched a teammate. Like,
yeah,
his hands were by his sides. Like, he like committed assault. Like, I think there's a line where like when you're in a sporting realm, like fights can kind of happen, and they're not the same as if you're like on the street or something like that, or like at a pub. But he crossed like another line on top of that, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like you've got to go. I don't know how long you can side with Draymond.
Yeah, it's hard.
And this is being a Draymond fan as well.
Yeah. Has Jordan Poole just re-signed, or is he in the last year of a contract?
No, he's up for a contract extension.
Yeah, I was wondering if the animosity is, I don't know, contractual.
Because you'd feel like the Warriors want to pay Poole over Draymond, right?
Yeah, I'd rather pay Poole over Draymond.
So they're both up for extensions.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I think so. Yeah, so Jordan Poole's like nearing the end of his rookie contract. Yeah, 4th year of his rookie contract. And it's like he's only making like $2.5 million. a season, pretty much, like on average.
That's wild.
It's very low.
So, like, does that make him an unrestricted free agent this season?
I will throw this out there though, just when we're talking about
so he's a restricted free agent, I think. Just like upcoming season.
Draymond Green was still more important in the NBA Finals than Jordan Poole was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't get there without Jordan Poole.
Oh,
There was
I don't
a lot
know
of
about that.
There was a huge stretch in the regular season where, like Steph got injured towards the back.
Yeah, Jordan was pretty good for him.
They're bringing like Steph off the bench in the playoffs. Like, the only reason they could do that because they had Jordan Poole. He was shooting like 50% from three for like the last 2 months of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As the lights got bigger, his game did decline, but he's a young player, and now he's gotten through an entire playoff series and a finals, and had big moments in every
you gotta
stage of that platform.
But you gotta like be able to last through the whole, be successful in the finals. You gotta kind of be fresh. He helped. Like, they didn't need to rush Steph back because they have Jordan Poole. They didn't need to rush Clay back because they had Jordan Poole. But he kind of, gave them an insurance policy. But yeah, you'd think they'd pay him over Draymond.
Well, it's kind of paying, because if you do make that decision, so if you go as an organization, we're going to pay this guy, we're going to pay Jordan Poole, this young player, is he like 22? We're going to pay this young player who was a part of our last championship. We're going to choose to pay him over the guy that has been there for us the last 10 years, been a part of 4 championships, and has brought in a lot of, fans, money, and whatnot into our organization. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, if you're paying Draymond Green, you're paying him as a thank you for your service, as opposed to, and then that builds a culture of this team takes care of the players that stay and do this for us, as opposed to, this.
Yeah, but I don't think he's not Steph or Clay. Like, you do that for Steph.
So
I don't think you do.
I was thinking
you don't do that for Draymond.
I was thinking about this. Is Clay bigger than Draymond Green for the Warriors? So if you're going like the person whose jerseys are most likely to get retired over this run, like Steph is obviously number 1.
Well, no, Steph and Clay, like that's their thing. Like the Splash Brothers.
I understand that, but as someone that's
free.
I don't know many people that have watched more Warriors games than me over this entire 8 to 9 year run. For me, I feel like Draymond's had a bigger part of that, all the success than Clay.
Yeah, maybe
all three of them are together, but for me, I think it's like Steph, like right up here, and then there's like Draymond, and then I think Clay's kind of just under that. Before this incident, I think, like, what do you think the odds are before this incident of all 3 of them retiring as Warriors? Like, being one club players?
Oh, yeah. For sure. I would have thought they would.
I don't think they would retire. Like, I kind of always felt that Draymond would just leave or get more money elsewhere.
See, I always felt it was Clay would be the one to most likely leave.
That's what I thought as well. I thought Clay would be the most likely to sign elsewhere.
Yeah, maybe it was like Jordan Poole. They can kind of replace Clay a little bit.
And Draymond really just, when you have Draymond next to Steph, there's like that 1-2. They have a whole bunch of different stuff going on. All the little combinations they've worked on, and And Draymond's the kickstarter of that offense from the defensive end as well.
Yeah, I don't think Draymond will want to be in another team.
He'll especially at this point of his career, like, he may get exposed.
Yeah.
But there's no surprise that success. like, yeah, Steph's like the baseline of like all their success, but you take Clay away, they don't really have that same, like they can't reach the same level. Whereas I feel like if you have Steph and Clay and you replace Draymond with someone, they're still super dangerous. Like, yeah,
I feel like it's the other way. I feel like
Draymond and Steph are super dangerous, or Draymond is super dangerous with Steph when they also have another like floor spacing option. Like the difference between like this season or last season and the season before when they finished in the play-in was Jordan Poole was elite like last season. Like he was that Klay Thompson last season, whereas the season before he wasn't really that guy. Yeah. I don't know, I feel like you can pick someone who's lights up in three. You're going to pick someone who's lights up in three.
I don't know. I've always just I find Draymond and Steph are the two biggest reasons that the Warriors can play the brand of basketball that they do. I feel like the Clay role is almost easier to, not that you necessarily have a Clay, but you can fill the Clay role a little bit easier than you can the Draymond role. I feel like Draymond's I'm not going to say he's a unicorn, but he's very like, how many players in the league can do what he does? Even to like a B grade level where you talk about like, he was like the defensive anchor on the defensive side of the ball. He's that anchor. And then when you come down the other way, he's one of the better passers in the league. The way he initiates offense, set screens, all the stuff that he does. When you put him next to what he has with Steph, like they do stuff, like they've played together for 10 years now, and they do things where like Draymond's just like flipping the ball, like
Draymond just knows where he's gonna end up.
You don't see that anymore, especially in a league these days where players just roll into new teams all the time. They have this like, there's this chemistry about them, similar to like what the Spurs had at the back end of their days. But this is like even something different. I don't know. But anyway, let's move on from this topic. But I will just finish with the Draymond thing. Trae Young said Draymond is trying to get to LA. Damn. And I came up with a mock trade. And I just wanted to know if Tim would like it. Because here's the thing, Draymond and LeBron are boys.
Well, I just saw a mock trade on Basketball Forever.
Yeah.
What's your? Have you seen the Basketball Forever mock trade?
No.
Okay, right. What's your mock trade? We'll compare it.
So this is mine. It's a 3-team deal.
Yeah.
We have Russell Westbrook and James Wiseman going to Indiana, along with a Lakers first-round draft pick.
Yeah.
The Los Angeles Lakers received Draymond Green. And the Golden State Warriors received Buddy Hield and Miles Turner.
That's pretty close to the Basketball Forever trade.
What did they have?
So they had the Lakers getting Draymond, the Warriors getting Miles Turner, and the Pacers getting Westbrook and a first-round pick.
Right. So I've kind of added in the James Wiseman and Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
Thoughts as a Laker fan?
Yeah. Does that help?
Wait. No. You guys are better. This is the thing. You guys are definitely better. And before you answer, I know you don't love Draymond, but just think.
No, but does that actually? Like everyone's complaining about Russell Westbrook with LeBron, no spacing. Like Draymond's less spacing.
I actually would argue that Draymond's more spacing than Russell Westbrook.
Maybe not. Draymond's less spacing, and there's no one on the Lakers that can.
No, but he creates more spacing because of just the way he can spread the floor out with the way that he like plays like that high screen and roll and everything.
Yeah, with Steph, Jordan Poole, and Clay, not
3-point shooters.
Kendrick Nunn, and Dennis Schroeder.
Can I sell you on Draymond in LA for a second?
What's the starting five? Well, you're gonna have Draymond, LeBron, Anthony
Davis, yes.
Kendrick Nunn, and
Patrick Beverley.
Like Patrick Beverley. That's a crazy starting five.
It's a fucking crazy. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it's literally crazy. No one's fucking with that team, for starters.
No, but he can't even hit, like, runners in the lane. At least Westbrook can make a layup.
Can he? Didn't he lead the league in missed layups last season? Or, like, shots around the rim? I think he led the league.
Dude. Ben, do you think they're much better with Draymond?
Defensively, the Lakers, I think they're a better team.
Honestly, I don't think they're a better team. I think it'd be a bad trade.
I genuinely think if you swap Draymond in for Russell Westbrook, I think the Lakers are a better team. I think they compete harder. I think he fills a role better. Like, he's better at being a role player.
They'd be a better team purely because their defense would be so much better. Like so much better. But when it came to, like, the playoffs or any team that was, like, keying in on them, Draymond is less of an offensive threat than Russell Westbrook. And that's pretty crazy. Without Steph and Clay, he's a liability.
Yeah.
But also, that's not the worst part about the trade is just me having to go for Draymond Green. I can't.
That's my favorite part of the trade. That is my favorite part of the trade.
I can't that. That's too much. Draymond on the Lakers. Oh, God.
I did see one other trade, and it was Draymond and Wiseman for Clint Capella and Atlanta power forward. His name.
Collins.
Yeah, Collins and John Collins.
That'd be pretty good.
What was the trade again? So who for who?
Wiseman and Draymond for John Collins and Clint Capella.
Yeah,
who wins that trade?
Warriors for sure.
Yeah, Warriors. It's
Atlanta would never do
weird.
that.
It's weird because, like, Warriors don't really have success playing with, like, one big role man. Like, all their success has been, like, small ball, 5-out, Draymond. So I don't even know if that, like.
I think the Andrew Bogut piece was actually pretty underrated back when Bogut was their center. But the thing that Bogut brought was, like, Bogut Bogut could slip into, like, the high post and stuff, and he's actually one of the better passing big men.
Yeah, but they still went small ball, right?
Yeah, they can
that
go.
Was their, like, that was their, like, kill. That was, like, their kill lineup.
It'll be hard to go small ball with John Collins. Like, he's not the same defensive player as Draymond is. I think the reality is the Warriors, if they want to be a threat for the next, say, 5 years, like 3 to 5 years, they have to find a way to change their identity a little bit. Because I don't think Draymond's going to last that long. And maybe now is the time. Like, after this, like, Warriors fans will kind of forgive the Warriors if they were to let Draymond Green go at this point. And yeah, I don't know. I think they have to reinvent themselves a little bit. And they're in a really good position to reinvent themselves. Like, Steph doesn't look like he's really slowed down in any way at all. Clay might be another year, like a little bit better than he was last year, you'd expect. But Jordan Poole's obviously coming into his own. Kuminga's highly talented. They've got a lot of props on Moody. And then you just had Andrew Wiggins, who was the second best player on a NBA Finals team. So, yeah, I don't know.
They just need, I feel like they just need to flip. Like, just flip James Wiseman or Kuminga. But, like,
they're not flipping Kuminga. It would take a lot for them to flip Kuminga, I think.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, flip them for some really good pieces that are already in the middle of their careers that can contribute, like, instantly. Because when Steph retires, they're probably not going to win for a couple of years, regardless.
So probably more than a couple.
and max out the next 2 years of stats. Yeah, because you have no idea he could roll his ankle and all of a sudden he's like 34, 35, and like takes forever to come back from an ankle sprain. Like shit can go down quick.
Yeah, for sure.
I actually don't mind that Atlanta trade now.
For both teams?
Yeah. I mean, Atlanta would be better with James Wiseman in a pick and roll, I reckon, than Clint Capella.
Well, imagine Atlanta with Draymond being able to do some of the
the playmaking.
But with like Trae Young.
Yeah. Draymond would do a lot for Trae.
Bro, I think that Atlanta team would be pretty good, actually.
I think both teams... I think Atlanta gets better and the Warriors move in a direction that they have to move in.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if the Warriors are better after it, but they're definitely moving.
I'm here for all of this turmoil. I'm here for all of it. I just need Jordan Poole to come out and demand a trade. Do it.
All right, we've probably spent too long on the Draymond Green thing, but let's move in to the theme of this podcast, which is international basketball. It kind of seems like the perfect week to do it. We've had the Redeem Team doco come out. Have you watched that, Ben?
I have not. I didn't know it came out this week.
Didn't you? Yeah, it's out now. It's on Netflix. Tim's watched it.
Yeah,
I've watched it. It's really good. Did you like it, Tim?
Yeah, it's really like hype. I felt like going out and playing basketball like right after it.
I went and worked out.
Hell yeah!
Just because I was like,
didn't you watch?
I watched it late. It was late at night. That's why I didn't go play basketball. But I went downstairs. I was like, I'm gonna move a little bit of iron around, and mostly in dedication to Kobe. But
there was a lot of sad Kobe moments.
It's an emotional ride, Ben.
Oh,
I cried twice.
Jesus.
I was sitting there on my own. I will say that, like, I'm a bit of a softie whenever Kobe comes up on the screen.
It just got to you.
I was watching. It was late at night. I was getting close to midnight, and I was sitting there on my couch on my own, and we had some moments. So, but no, it's a good watch.
Really cool. Yeah, it's really cool how they they go through all their like losses leading up to it.
Yeah, without giving too much away, that's what I was going to say. Like, we got a little bit of a glimpse into like the international basketball because they obviously lost the 2004 Olympics, and then this was the team that brought back gold. So
yeah, because I didn't realize they lost. I obviously knew they lost 2004, but I didn't realize they lost in 2006.
Yeah, the world champs.
Like once like Coach K came into the team and stuff. I didn't realize. Like I thought once he came in, they started winning, but then they actually lost that as well.
Yeah.
Super interesting.
Yeah, so that was obviously like US basketball took a hit during that time, like that 2004 to 2006 era. Obviously they didn't secure the gold in the Olympics, didn't secure the world championship either. But we also had the Adelaide 36ers beat the Phoenix Suns, which is pretty huge. Our guy Mitch McCarron.
Hell yeah.
16 assists.
Fucking
crazy.
Wait,
what? He had 16 assists?
He had 16 assists. 2 turnovers, 16 assists.
A few people said he point guard the point guard.
I know. Like, best game to do it.
But yeah, I think he had 9. I think he had 9 boards as well, didn't he?
Yeah, 9 boards, 3 steals. But their shooting was fucked. Like,
they just didn't miss threes.
Genuinely, some of the best shooting I've ever seen.
What's the guard's name? He's got
Randall.
He's gotten recruited by. So apparently the Warriors are the front runners to sign him now. So he dropped like 35 points, right?
Yeah, and then he had 20 something against.
OKC, yeah.
He's a very good shooter, but he's a bit weak with the ball. Like as soon as he got double teamed, he turned it over quite a bit. I honestly think Franks is the better NBA prospect.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Franks. Yeah, he had 32 against.
against the Suns.
But he's just like, he's 6'10", but he would have to have easy over 7 foot wingspan. Can handle the ball, can shoot, athletic, good rebounder. I mean, I reckon he'll be the more likely NBA prospect.
Yeah. So yeah, we've obviously had that. So the success of the NBL league, the league in our country, is obviously growing and is getting better and better year in and year out. You've got the Euro League where most of these European guys, like Luke is known for saying it. Lots of these guys are known for saying that it's easier to score over in the NBA than it is in Europe. Like Europe's like a tougher league. We did our power rankings 2 weeks ago for our top. What do we do? Top 45.
Players, yeah.
We had 3 out of the 5 top 5 players as international players, and it probably should have been 4 out of the 5. We've got LeBron sitting at 5th and Embiid sitting at 6th in our rankings, but I don't know. Personally, I would have that flipped around. I'd have Embiid ahead, which would put Steph as the only top 5 player that's American. The other 4 being Giannis, Jokic, Luka, and Embiid. So the NBA itself is becoming an international league. And maybe the biggest evidence to the movement towards basketball being an international game is Victor from France. I don't know his last name. Starts with a W.
Yeah, Wembanyama.
There we go. I knew Ben would come through with that. But what do you guys think about Victor?
Bro, he's fucked. Like, did you watch the games?
I did.
Yeah, I have.
I watched game 1 where he hit 7 threes and blocked everything. Yeah, it's not right.
I didn't realize he had like the off the dribble, like on the move threes. That one where he's fading out of bounds
in the corner.
On the corner, yeah.
That was game 2. That was messed up.
That was ridiculous, man. That's like to his right hand as well. Like he's fading to the right, and he's a right-hander.
Yeah.
He's in the corner and it's on the baseline.
Yeah.
With like obviously the hand wasn't in his face because he's like 8 feet tall, but with a contest as well. That was ridiculous. Like,
yeah.
I mean, pretty skinny. Like he would get.
Yeah, but
no, but we saw Chet in the preseason or in summer league and stuff get bodied by certain people. Rookie Victor Wembanyama going up against Giannis would be a bad time for Victor. Like if you have to guard Giannis.
Yeah. No, obviously,
but
but
in like 3 years or something.
Prospect wise, I don't know if you've listened to the Bill Simmons episode where he talked about it, but Bill was talking. He's obviously a historian of the game, and he was talking about the fact that he thinks this might be the most, the biggest center prospect of all time. Bigger than Wilt, bigger than, or maybe he said at least since Wilt. And then they kind of got into the conversation of, is he the greatest prospect of all time?
Yeah, more hype than LeBron.
He leaned towards LeBron being, because he's like, I feel like people are forgetting, like LeBron as a high school student was built like an NBA player. There was no questions about whether he would be healthy. You look at Victor's kind of body frame and stuff, and if you use history as a guide, like those sorts of guys, there's a chance that they do kind of break down. The thing that's different about Victor though is he moves like he's 6'4". Like you look at Chet, and he doesn't move like a 6'4" forward. Like there's something funky about his movement, if that makes sense. Like his body seems different. Whereas you watch Victor play, and you're like, this guy he moves like he's a 6'4" shooting guard.
Yeah.
I feel like definitely like the highest ceiling prospect, but LeBron just like there was no questions about LeBron being able to come into the NBA and at least like just match all the athleticism, all the physicality. Like he wasn't going to get injured. He wasn't going to get clowned. Like he was just, and the first game he plays, he's just, physically, he's like able to dominate already.
Yeah. 25 against Sacramento?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of like the surest thing, I don't think you can go. And Shaq, like LeBron and Shaq, but Victor's like if Giannis, I imagine like the first couple of years of Giannis when he was kind of skinny as well.
Yeah.
But with like a handle and a jump shot.
Yeah, he's definitely got the jump
but
shot.
That's probably what you're going to get, like young Giannis with a handle and like an elite jump shot, which is scary.
Yeah, I literally, when I was sitting there watching him, like watching his highlights got sent to me. I'd never heard of him before. And then his highlights were in front of me. And I was just sitting there like,
who the fuck
what?
is this guy?
Not even who the fuck, it's what the fuck. Like, what the fuck is this guy?
What is this?
It doesn't make any, I don't even know how to, I didn't even know what I was watching. And then I'd never seen anything like it. And then Bill Simmons talked about how he had a conversation with his son, Ben. And his son, Ben, was saying, like, Dad, you can't even make this guy on 2K. Like, you can't, like, there's barriers in, like, when you're creating a My Player on 2K, so you can't have someone like this. Like, I don't know.
He's like the old 2K games when you could just, like, 99 in every attribute and make, like, a 6'10" point guard.
But it's not. It's 7'4". Like, he literally makes Rudy.
That's crazy.
Did you see him next to Rudy Gobert?
Yeah, the photo.
Oh,
yeah.
It's outrageous.
It's not. Well, I've obviously, because people been talking about it for a while. I've obviously seen all the videos like from years gone by, but when I used to watch them, they'd mostly be blocks, ridiculous blocks and dunks, layups, or like him just being at the free throw line, taking one step and just finger rolling it.
Him having to duck his head on dunks so he doesn't hit himself.
Yeah, but when I watched the highlights from the last week, when he hit that like
that deep three,
30-foot, 30-foot three. When I saw that, I was like, what? And then the fade on the baseline. That was just, what the hell? That's like a Klay Thompson shot.
He caught it on the 45, and then he took 2 steps to end up in the corner. Like, no dribbles.
Yeah, it's like even 3-point shooters don't really do that in the NBA. Like, that's like an elite spot-up 3-point shooter shot. And it could just be like a lucky shot. But
I have a feeling it's not. I have a feeling
just imagining like young Giannis, who was, super skinny and like got bumped around a lot and stuff like that, and who was still probably more athletic.
This guy's way better than Giannis at 18.
Oh yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
It's like young Giannis, a little bit less of that athlete build. Like he is like skinnier and more like dangly, but with elite shooting and skills. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He also had that like fake spin. He like dribbled down and he did like the little shimmy in the post for a fadeaway mid range. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's 7'4".
I know. That's the one, but that got me. I was like, this dude's 7'4". Like, what the fuck?
And here's the thing, I was just gonna say, KD can, like, you can't block KD's shot. Like, KD's 7 foot. This guy's 4 inches taller.
Yeah, we've seen KD do that for his whole season. Like, just fadeaways, and people like LeBron's right up in his face, or Giannis is right up in his face. Just bang, fade away straight over the top. This guy's like, he's taller and he's longer. Like, he probably has like 6 inches, like a 6-inch higher release point than Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. if he starts hitting just like fadeaways, oh my god.
The thing is, yeah.
What were you saying, Ben?
I'm worried about. Have you seen all the talk about tanking and all that?
Oh,
All the teams seeing him and going, "Oh, we're losing every game this season. We need to get him."
People are gonna be like putting in false, like they're gonna be like forcing their relatives to get COVID. Like players are gonna catch COVID on purpose. Like, sorry, I'm out for 2 weeks. And team owners are like, we will pay you an extra $300,000 to catch COVID right now.
I wouldn't even be mad. I wouldn't be mad if the Lakers just ass so hard.
Exactly.
They got the number 1 pick. I would not be mad.
Nothing would.
Imagine rookie Victor and AD.
Can you imagine Bill Simmons watching the draft, the ping pong balls?
That would be the greatest thing.
One of the best podcast moments. Sorry, Tim. One of the best podcast moments of all time, Ben, is the Lakers. What that was for the Zion year, wasn't it? No.
Yeah, that was for Zion. Yeah.
Oh, for Zion.
Zion,
Bill Simmons with a bunch of other people did like a live reaction to the draft order.
Yeah.
And he was sitting there and he was like, the Lakers kept on going further and further down. And he was just like because he hates the Lakers. And he's just like having a stroke. Because he's just like, if the Lakers get the number 1 pick. Like they're recording a live podcast and people are talking to him and he's like not even like listening. He's like, what? The Lakers haven't come up yet? Because they were like projected like 11th or something. I think they ended up being like 6th or...
4th.
Oh yeah, they got 4th.
Yeah. So he was just losing his shit because the
NBA's rigged.
They could get like Zion or Ja, which would have been crazy, right? But yeah, I wouldn't even be mad if they tank for Victor.
Look, at this point, if you're not the Bucks, the Warriors, and maybe the Clippers,
just tank.
Maybe just think about it.
Even then, like just have a Warriors 2020 season. Just like Giannis, just, you know what? Go to Greece, chill out, chill on a beach somewhere. Chris Middleton, rehab your knee for the whole season.
The 2023 season's vetoed. It's just...
Yeah, Drew just like go chill somewhere else.
Like every owner just signs. It's just like, look, none of us are going to play this season. You may as well just do the order now and just throw all the balls in.
Yeah.
See who gets it.
Legit.
Like imagine if like last year's Lakers season was this year's Lakers season. I feel like if last year's Lakers season was the year that Victor was like going into the draft, they would have just been like LeBron, like shut down, AD shut down, Westbrook traded for like nothing, like just chips. Tank.
Did you see what
crazy?
Did you see what Richard Jefferson said? So his quote was, "It's crazy to think that if Victor and LeBron were in the same draft, LeBron would be the number 2 prospect."
Yeah, I saw that.
No.
Which I was like, I don't know about that.
No. I feel like the number 1 pick should be the one, like the player that is the least risky.
Yeah.
Like it's the surest thing. Like you don't want to screw up your number 1 pick. Whereas like if you have number 2 and number 3, there's some sort of like they took the best guy, so I'll just take the next best guy with the highest upside.
Yeah.
But I think we've learned from like picks in the past, is like you shouldn't take a swing at the number 1 pick. But even like look at Phoenix, like they took DeAndre Ayton,
which was just the worst pick of all time. Not of all time, but like.
Yeah, like they maybe.
It's not the worst pick of all time. I take that back. Anthony Bennett exists, but like, but you're sitting there. You're sitting there. It's like, Luka wasn't the swing though. Luka felt like the safe pick. I feel like everyone in the world knew that except for Phoenix.
Well, I mean, Atlanta took Trey over Luka, right? Sacramento took Marvin Bagley over Trey and Luka.
That's the worst one. At least Ayton's like a prospect, right? Like Ayton could be something still.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Ayton, like he gave them exactly what he was going to give. Like they got exactly what they drafted. Like 18 and 10, 20 and 10, 22 and 10. Like that's what he's going to give you.
What year was the Luka draft? Is that 2019?
4 years ago.
2019, 2018.
I think it was 2018. Yeah, 4 years ago.
Yeah, see if
extension, right?
If that draft was now, like this conversation of international basketball, like there was that little stigma of you kind of still take the American, just because that felt like the safe thing to do. Even though I mean Ayton's not even technically American, but I feel like these days it's becoming more and more clear that like the international tag on a player isn't a negative. Whereas in the past, it was definitely a negative in the NBA.
Yeah, I still think, like what Richard Jefferson said, like, if you're looking at two of them, you're like, this dude could break his foot, like game one, year one, and just be another 7-footer who has like foot problems. And this guy is 6'8", 18-year-old who's built like a machine or something. I don't know. You're probably going to take LeBron over Victor.
It's a surreal experience watching LeBron roll his ankle because he's like, oh, this is it, and then he just like
my shoe up tighter.
He just tightens his shoe up and then he's fine. Just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, superhuman.
That was Those videos are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Who's in the running? Who do you think is like the top 3 teams for Victor? As in like most likely to probably get the first pick?
Oh, Houston,
OKC.
I think OKC will be too good this year, though.
Yeah, I think OKC will be.
Not anymore. They've seen the footage.
Shay,
SGA's sitting there. He's like, you know what? I'll take another holiday.
Yeah.
My knee's a little bit sore.
Josh Giddey's like, second season. No.
Josh Giddey's like, I'm just a little bit homesick. Might go play for Adelaide. Adelaide beat Phoenix. I might just go play at Adelaide one more year.
I reckon Utah's gonna tank, man. Danny Ainge.
Yeah.
Danny Ainge is gonna.
Utah will tank hard.
That team.
I think San Antonio will get involved. Yeah.
Hey, San Antonio, they've got the French connection. They got the Tony Parker connection there.
Oh.
So does Utah.
Well, actually, going French connection, Jordan is the major sponsor for PSG. So he has connections to France. And I wouldn't mind seeing a Victor LaMelo Ball. That's not a bad big two.
They're not gonna be bad at all.
Yeah, Charlotte's not going to have a chance.
They might be bad.
They'd have to get so.
How about this? Which team would you most want to see Victor on next season?
That's realistic.
Yeah, that's realistic.
OKC.
That's crazy. Well, Victor, Chet,
Josh Giddey,
SGA.
That's just like that's like a frat house of basketball talent.
That would be pretty cool.
They got Dort as well.
Or
Lou Dort.
what a guy.
That would be their starting 5.
Well, hang on a second. What about if the Supersonics come back into the league next year? How does that work?
Next year.
Look at Ben's face.
The hell are you talking about?
It's going to happen. It's happening in the next 5 years. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Bro, they're looking to get
that Las Vegas
a Vegas team.
Yeah, so the expansion will be 2 teams. It'll be Vegas and it'll be Seattle. Apparently that's all but confirmed.
So it'll be 32.
That's what Bill says, yeah.
Bill knows.
Bill knows.
You know what? You know which teams that I wouldn't want him to go to?
I wouldn't want him to go to Houston.
Don't go to Detroit. Or go to Houston.
And go to Sacramento.
Don't go to Sacramento.
Definitely not
Like, those three
Sacramento.
teams
That's the
just
last
like-
one. No, Houston is like kind of like Houston's usually a decent team. And so like, I kind of semi-believe that Houston can be good again. I think the Spurs would be cool.
Yeah, I think the Magic would be cool.
Yeah.
The Spurs, yeah.
Yeah, like Spurs. I wouldn't be mad with like Spurs, OKC, or even Utah. Like Utah's pretty
I'm
cool.
a bit tired of Utah.
But like Darren Williams teams, stuff like that, they were pretty fun to watch. Like when Utah's an actual good team, not just fake contenders.
Got all the Mormons in the crowd.
Have an actual 7-footer French guy who can do some shit.
Alrighty, well, I do have trials in an hour and a half, so probably got to
How
move
fast
this.
do you want to make this?
We got a little bit of time, but I was gonna say, just speaking of international basketball, like with the World Cup, is the World Cup next year or end of the season? It's next year at the end of the season, right?
Yeah, I think so. I honestly don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
When is the men's basketball World Cup? Yeah, 2023.
Yeah. Let's leave that out. Let's go Olympics. Give me a plus minus for how many Olympics it will be before we see a team outside of the US win gold. Like if you had to, is it 2.5, 3.5? How many Olympics?
Point like the next one.
The next one.
Point.
I reckon they could lose in the next one.
So you're going, would you say 1.5?
I wouldn't be surprised if they lose in the next one.
But if you were going money line, you got to go the over under.
Yeah, I'd say 0.5.
0.5. Right.
So, yeah, the next Olympics. So like KD's not playing, but they don't have like KD to bail them out anymore.
Who's the team to win it?
And
Greece.
Greece,
Yeah.
like
Could be France.
Could be France.
could be Greece. It could be France.
Could
Like,
be
it
could be Australia.
Could be Australia.
could be Australia. If Ben Simmons like gets back to being Ben Simmons and Josh Giddey like improves, and then
My guy Jock's doing some things this season.
Yeah, did you see his last game?
Yeah, he was good.
15 minutes, 14
Mhm.
points. Not bad. He did that all season for the Spurs. He just never got played.
I don't know. It's like, don't you feel?
We were. I was just gonna say we were an Aaron Baines away in the last Olympics from beating Team USA.
I think more accurately, we were Kevin Durant away from beating Team USA.
I'm just saying we couldn't get offensive rebound. We couldn't secure defensive boards. Team USA kept on securing those offensive rebounds. We were missing a very large piece in the middle there.
Yeah, is this
but
the
don't you
game we
think-
also didn't call a timeout for like
Yeah, that one.
20 minutes?
That was oh my god.
Yeah. Please, just let's stop the bleeding. But no, it's all good.
I just remember watching that. It's like timeout. No.
Oh, okay.
So you're going
4 more points.
you're going 0.5. What about you, Ben?
Yeah, now I'm thinking that like Steph's gonna be I mean, it's only 2 years.
Steph hasn't played in Olympics. I think he'll play in the next one. Like that's kind of one thing that's missing from his.
He hasn't played in one.
He hasn't played in the Olympics.
There you go.
He's gonna be like old Steph by then.
I don't even know what age means in sports anymore.
Yeah, I know. I'm
No,
gonna
but he's
say
gonna be-
1.5 over. So they'll win the next one, but they'll lose
Yeah.
the one after. So
That
2028.
I was leaning to 1.5 as well.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time. It's exciting, right?
It's
like
good.
international basketball is now going to be one of those things where it's like everyone gets up for it.
Yeah.
Because
you never know, Slovenia could be contesting.
Yeah.
When Luka goes crazy, I don't know.
Well, the big thing is like having a dominant big man in FIBA basketball is
huge. Yeah.
Like it's huge because obviously no three in the key, and like everything's more condensed and stuff. And the US don't have, like, if AD doesn't play, they don't really have that guy.
Yeah.
To go up against Giannis, Jokic, like Victor. There's a lot of dudes. Like,
sorry, I just remembered something. Speaking of, France being a potential team that could beat Team USA, there's a chance Joel Embiid represents France in the next Olympics.
The other day, yeah, the citizenship thing.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said 0.5. Think about
it.
Who won Team USA kind of gives you that same sort of they can't lose feeling. Like you're not gonna 2 years.
There's no one anymore.
Not gonna play from.
Well, you look at the Redeem team and you go, oh, they're rolling out LeBron, Kobe, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony. Like all these guys are the best player on the court.
Dwight, CP, Jake, Darren Williams.
Whereas now it's like, oh, well, we have Steph and we have Jason Tatum, and like, oh, but they have Giannis. We got Steph and Jason Tatum and someone like, I don't know, who is it? Donovan Mitchell, like
Ja.
They have Joel Embiid, Rudy Gobert, and Victor. Like if Embiid ends up on Team France, like I don't know.
Joel playing 3. What the fuck?
They have Luka. Like I don't know. It's exciting territory. It's super fun to like be a basketball fan right now. So what we're gonna do now is we are gonna do a draft. We're gonna draft international teams. So you can only pick players that are not of USA descent, I guess.
Yeah.
I've just
like
realized
NBA players. Right?
Doesn't have to be NBA. We're gonna go just straight international players. But I just realized I don't have a pen on me. Let me grab a pen real quick.
I know Isaac's picking Patty Mills at point guard.
Patty Mills, that's it. What about Jock?
All Australian.
Probably just go straight for Jock.
Yeah.
Andrew Bogut. Wouldn't be surprised.
We're not. It's not all time. It's current. Just so we're.
Yeah. I was just saying
Bogut's still on my board though.
You pick Patty Mills first pick.
Oh, so this is the other thing I was going to say. We're playing in FIBA with a FIBA rule.
Yeah.
Rule set.
Yeah.
Which is the superior way of playing basketball, by the way.
Fucking oath.
It is a lot better to watch.
It's way better.
Yeah.
Way better. I didn't really think this through. Okay. How are we going to figure this out? Ben went first last time. I don't love the idea of giving Tim first. How do we do this? I'm going to bring a randomizer.
We're not going to make this team in 2K and see who wins, man. I mean, calm down.
We could do that. No, we're not doing that. No, what I am going to do is the teams we make, I'm going to then put up on Instagram for people to vote on.
Yeah. So are we just doing starting 5 or?
No, we're going to go 8 players.
8, all right.
A rotation.
Yeah.
Fantasy draft pick order. Let me. Where's like a? Surely there's a site that allows you to randomize something.
Yeah, fine.
Do you have one?
All right, let's go. I'll go between 1 and 20. Pick a number.
Me.
So you pick a number, Ben. Yeah, you go. What's your number?
I pick 13.
What do you got? What do you got, Ben?
7.
I'll pick 18. It was 12.
Isaac's first.
I'm first. What did you pick, Tim? 18. So you're last.
18.
Yeah, I think I'm just closer. 1 second.
Alrighty. Tim didn't actually cheat.
Well,
So,
I thought
Ben,
about it, but then you guys would definitely want some evidence.
Yeah, I would have wanted some evidence. Okay. I am going to pick. So in our international draft, I'm going to pick Giannis with my first pick.
Yeah.
All right, Ben, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick Jokic.
It's a good pick. I think I can guess who Tim's going to pick now.
Yeah, I'll just take Luka then.
Yep. Oh, are we going to go snake order or does it just come back to me?
Yeah, we should go.
Yeah,
we
we'll
should
go.
go snake order.
Damn it. 3 doesn't feel like enough people, but that's fair enough.
So that means it's Tim's pick again?
Yeah, it's Tim's pick again.
Yeah, okay. It's like the OG drafts. I love it.
We're getting ready for our fantasy draft.
Oh man, who do I pick? Do I go Rudy Gobert? Do I go Joel Embiid? I think I'm gonna go Joel Embiid.
I was like, you joking? Like it's a choice. All right, I'm actually gonna go.
Is it time for Patty? Or
Oh man, it's actually tough. Now I'm sculling down a little bit.
after the top 4, there's a real drop off, isn't there? Tim was in the best spot. He did this on purpose.
Yeah. His first 2 picks are pretty easy. So, toss up between Shea and Jamal. I'm actually going to take Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
SGA.
Yeah. At the points.
Yeah, I'm going to be banking on health here. And I will pick Jamal Murray.
That's what I was going to pick. I was tossing up between those 2. Still pick again, Isaac.
It is.
Is it? Wait, does it feel like when you pick Canadian players, does it kind of just feel like they're not technically international?
Jamal Murray's
Yeah,
not
it
Canadian,
does.
is he?
Yeah, he is. I think he's Canadian.
No, I thought he was.
He is. Where do you think
yeah,
he's? Where do you
Kitchener,
think he's
Canada.
from?
Oh, my bad.
Where do you think he was from?
I don't know.
I'm
Somewhere
really
that makes more sense for his hairy chest. I thought he was like from like some. I thought he was like an islander.
An islander.
I don't know. Sorry. Let's move on from that. I'm gonna now pick. Let's go Rudy Gobert. Giannis and Rudy.
It's cheeky.
I like that defense right there.
All right, I'm gonna stay with his young team. I'm going RJ Barrett at the shooting guard.
Nice.
Who was your so you had Jamal and then you took
I took Gobert.
what a rookie.
Bro, we're playing international basketball here.
Yeah, 6 and 6. That's what you're gonna get in the final.
That's fine. I got Giannis. I just need Rudy Gobert around the rim.
Who was your last pick, Ben?
RJ Barrett.
RJ. Yeah, RJ. Oh man, look at these guys.
There is some talent here.
Oh what? I need a guard though. Well, I don't need a guard actually.
You have Luka. You have the best guard.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Let me take App.
Who?
App.
I still miss that. Who'd you say?
Carl Anthony Towns.
Oh, Cat. Right.
Where they got him on this list?
I don't think they have him on the
I
list.
thought Cat was Team USA.
I thought Cat was American as well.
No, he plays for unless he unless he changed the team he's playing for. He plays for Dominican.
Bro, I'm so sure he's Team USA.
Who does Carl Anthony Towns play for? What country?
He has played for the Dominican Republic. But I thought he pledged.
Let's check right now. Dominican American professional basketball player.
Yeah, I reckon we allow it.
This seems.
He's Jill. He's Jill.
Fair enough. I thought that he pledged to Team USA.
Or what would you say about
He's represented
Kyrie?
Dominican Republic since he.
Oh, we're not allowed to pick Kyrie.
Yeah, well, that's a similar situation, I'd say.
Okay, yeah, you can't pick Cat. You can't pick Kyrie, and we can't pick Cat.
What Kyrie does? Kyrie plays for Team USA. Cat doesn't. What are you talking about? Kyrie's never not played for Team USA.
Are we giving him Cat? Ben, if you're fine with it.
Cat plays for the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, just send it. Just send it.
Okay.
He actually plays for him.
All right.
What are you talking about?
That would have changed my...
Find me a video of Carl Anthony Towns playing for the USA.
Okay, fair enough.
Good luck.
All right, Tim again.
That changes...
Changes a little bit, doesn't it? Next pick. Is Jamal Murray the second best international guard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean behind Luka maybe.
Yeah. All right. Give me some.
We're about to put some shot clocks on these picks.
Ben Simmons.
Yeah, I thought that was coming.
All right, so I've got SGA, RJ, Jokic. I'm gonna go Sabonis
Yep.
alongside Jokic.
That's a good pick. I am... Oh... Would that be a pick for my bench? He may end up coming off my bench. but I might take him now. I'm going to take Siakam.
Nice.
In for a big year this year. Did you see that he said that he was going to be a top 5 player in the NBA?
Is that what he said?
Yeah. So,
Wow.
just so you guys know, I got 2 top 5 players in the NBA in Siakam and Giannis.
Yeah.
All right, my pick again. I would say this is a good time to pick Patty Mills.
Love it.
It felt disrespectful that I didn't take him one, so.
Well, he's like 40 now.
He looks better than ever. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that man is in shape.
Jesse Gee was at one of his camps recently, and he says you do not understand how big Patty Mills' chest is until you see it up close in person. He was like, that guy is in such good shape, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I believe that.
That's because Jesse Gee needs to lift.
Yeah, he's a small guard.
He's a tiny guy.
On his vegan diet, he's lost all that meat.
Yeah. You could even say he's a bit soft on the court. Like, you can push him around.
Get some fucking protein into you, Jesse. Eat some red meat, bro.
Fucking hell.
All
Poor guy.
right, Benny, what's your pick?
All right. To fill out my starting 5, I'm going to put Wiggins at 3.
Fuck.
I thought for sure you were going to pick Andrew Wiggins.
I wanted to, but then I didn't think Patty would make it back to me.
You thought we were going to pick Patty?
Yeah. You weren't? I thought you might then. I wanted Patty on my team, so
maybe like my 8th spot.
that's so disrespectful. This guy dominates the world stage.
Yeah, I mean,
This guy dominates the world stage.
Who's your 4th pick again?
Me?
Who's the pick before Wiggins? No, not Ben.
Oh, he got Sabonis.
Sabonis, yeah.
Oh, no. Patty. Right. I really need more shooting right now. I'm gonna take.
I expected that Patty Mills disrespect from Tim, but not from you, Ben.
It's just your reaction. It's funny.
Yeah, put a bunch of shooting. I'm gonna take Bogdanovich. The Atlanta Bogdanovich.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One of the bitches, as Shaq would say.
He's supposed to
And next pick. Let's take Anunoby.
Oh, that was going to be my next one.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
OG.
Okay. What do we want? There's a lot of bigs on this list. A lot of bigs. I'm gonna take Kristaps. Bring him in off the bench.
Alrighty. I need some flame. I need a guy that can kind of just get hot off my bench. So I'm gonna go with Evan Fournier.
Fournier, fair enough.
Yep. And with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For my 7th pick, second last pick, I am gonna pick Victor. We'll keep it in France, eh? I got all the French guys.
Victor. Wow.
What?
Tell me Victor's not better than half the guys we've picked.
Oh, we just don't know yet. But you could be right.
I'm taking it.
Could be right.
Is he guarding Jokic? Is he guarding Jokic down there?
No, I have Rudy Gobert and Giannis for that.
So they're all playing at the same time.
Hey?
They're all playing on the court at the same time.
I'm going to have Rudy or Giannis on at all times. Don't you worry about that.
I'm gonna take. That's not saying it looking like. Lucas. I'm gonna take Rui Hachimura.
Rui. Nice. Tim, you'll go. You got your 2 last picks, Tim.
Oh, we're going what's that? 8?
Yeah, you got 7 and 8 now.
So we're playing, just confirming, right? We're playing FIBA basketball.
Yeah, we're playing FIBA basketball.
FIBA basketball.
Yeah. I think you're going to take someone I want.
Well,
I thought maybe I'd sneak him.
So my first pick is going to be need another shooter. So let me grab. Wait, did any of you pick the other Bogdanovic pick?
No.
Yeah, I'll take Bojan.
You got the Vitch Bros.
Got the Vitches. And then I'm taking Ricky Rubio.
You bitch.
Oh, I was thinking of Victor Rubio too.
You bitch.
If you tell me I get Spain Ricky Rubio.
There's not many better. There's not many better.
I was looking at a point as well. Shit. Oh, just take Dennis Schroeder.
Schroeder. Nice. Definitely not Ricky.
Nah.
It's unfortunate.
He has his days.
He had his days against Greece.
Fucking oath.
And then the Lakers went out and got him.
Yeah.
I got shooting. I've got defense at the rim. What I don't have, I probably don't have enough playmaking in my team. I got scorers, and then I got guys that are going to dominate you inside. So what I need is some elite pick and roll play. Someone that can still stretch the floor.
Just pick him.
I guess it makes sense. And, I've got 3 French players, and they could be, we talked about a team that could beat Team USA. The other team that could beat Team USA is probably Australia. So let's pick.
I wonder who it is.
I wanna pick Joe Ingles, but maybe I take Giddey.
Giddey.
Oh, I really want to take Ingles. Yeah, you know what? We'll take Josh Giddey. We'll take Josh Giddey. Alrighty. So we got Team Isaac. Hey?
I was just going to say, yeah, just read through.
We got Team Isaac, Giannis, Jamal Murray, Rudy Gobert, Siakam, Patty Mills, Evan Fournier, Victor. Can you help me out with that last name, Ben?
Wembanyama.
Thanks, bro. And Josh Giddey. We got Team Ben. We got Jokic, SGA, RJ Barrett, Sabonis, Wiggins, Porzingis, Rui, and Schroeder. And then for Tim, we got Luka, Joel Embiid, Kat, Ben Simmons, The two Bogdanoviches, OG, and Ricky Rubio. I think I have the best team.
Come on, man.
Of course.
Look, I'm going to throw this out there. The cat pick, I'm still upset with it.
Yeah.
You
But,
don't know your international players.
He's not on any of my lists. That's all. I thought that guy had committed to Team USA. He's on no international list. This is the thing. So this is like a technicality.
He's on. Whoa. He's on 2K. He's on 2K23's international players.
Is Kyrie
Oh,
on
yeah.
that list?
No.
Fuck me. Okay.
There you go.
Whatever. Ronnie 2K is the be all and end all, apparently. Well, this has been fun, guys. I have exactly 1 hour before my trial, so that gives me enough time to stretch this old body out and get ready.
Beautiful.
Wait. So what's your starting five though? Like, where are you starting five?
I'm thinking Patty, Jamal, Pascal, Giannis, and Rudy. That's probably my starting five. Or do I put Victor at the small forward? Imagine that.
Small forward.
Imagine that zone. He can move. Don't tell me he can't move like it.
So is Pascal the
Imagine
four?
that zone. Imagine that pick and roll defense.
Yeah, Pascal and Giannis would kind of be like switching threes and fours. That is kind of why I thought maybe I should have taken Joe Ingles. Like, he's like kind of a set three. Defends well in the international game.
You have so much 3-point shooting.
I know I do. You're talking sarcastically, but I actually have a lot.
With Giannis and Gobert.
Okay, well, you obviously weren't watching the European international tournament where Giannis was knocking FIBA trays down like they were nothing.
I did watch it.
And then I got Jamal, Siakam, Patty, Evan Fournier. I got
Yeah, a lot of scoring.
I got some fucking torches, bro. Don't talk about my outside shooting.
Who's cool. What about yours, Ben?
Actually, Tim's entire team can shoot the 3-ball except for Ben Simmons.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, my starting five would be SGA, RJ Barrett, Wiggins.
You don't really have a point guard, eh? I guess Jokic is your point guard.
Yeah, well, Jokic can play that role. SGA is more the point guard.
Yeah.
That's also why I got Schroeder. RJ can play a bit of point. But Sabonis is going to be that person taking like the defensive matchups. So Jokic can, because Jokic obviously like he's not the best defender. So Sabonis can match up on that stronger five, and then Jokic can more focus offensively. That's the way I thought about it.
Yeah, nice.
I got some athletes.
You do
RJ
certainly
and
have some.
SGA and Wiggins.
And Wiggins. And Jokic.
And Jokic, yeah, he can dunk.
He can dunk.
Fuck, I swear he couldn't. Like a few years ago, he was that out of shape.
That's a joke. There's no way. There's no time where you thought Jokic couldn't dunk the ball.
Legit, I never saw him dunk. So I was like, can he actually not dunk?
Tim, what's your starting five, real quick?
I got Luka, Bogdan, OG, Ben Simmons, and Joel.
Oh, cat off the bench, eh?
And off the bench.
Nice.
I know.
Alrighty, well, I better wrap this up. This has been fun, guys. This has kind of become my fun Sunday thing.
Yeah.
But thanks for hopping on again. Thanks for hopping on again. Have a good Sunday, fellas.
Good luck at your trial, man.
Cheers. Thank
Go get
you.
it.
Yeah, good luck at 30.
And opens. Don't forget about the opens. The old guy's staying down.
Sorry.
All right, see you, fellas.
See you, mate. See you, Tim.